just told me, so you picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur. I would say that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start or what play we're going to call is Kevin's call. But that's Andrew's call. He made the call.
Yeah, I told him don't come.
And why did you say that?
Because, I mean, like I look at it at my own point of view. Like, I don't want him coming to see me right now because I want to get to where I want to go then for him to see me. I don't want him to come and see me, get a couple reps and, he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I got to get to where I'm going, and I know it's a lot I got to do to get there. So it's kind of like I just want everything that I'm doing is just like focus on this time, and I don't want no distractions because we know out of media, we know how everybody will take it and take away from the team just from him being my own dad showing up. So, it's a gift and a curse at the same time.
Welcome to Sports Savvy TV. If you find yourself enjoying the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me put this disclaimer up in here. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged. I don't know these people. I'm just giving you my opinions on how I feel about the situation. Now, with all that being said, man, it sucks to be Shedeur Sanders right now because when you look at it, he's really being blackballed. I know he's starting a preseason game, but that's just to make it not look like they're really trying to mess over this guy. They're making an example out of him. No way this guy should have been a 5th round pick. Shedeur Sanders has been listed as QB4 on the depth chart behind Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and they also signed Tyler Huntley. Guy just got there, and he in front of Shedeur Sanders. That's crazy, right? Well, how is he number 4 on the depth chart and he's starting a preseason game? Make it make sense. When has this ever happened? It probably never happened, folks. The Cleveland Browns, the NFL, they all working together to break this guy. They don't want him to be a part of the NFL. They basically telling him, look, we don't want you a part of our shield. You're cocky, you're arrogant, you're flashing money, you think you're above everybody. We don't want you representing us, So you telling me the Cleveland Browns gonna put a 4th-string quarterback to start the game with his shoulder being sore and everything? They want him to go out there and fail. So when they cut him, they're gonna be like, see, we gave him a fair chance and he failed. There's 3 other quarterbacks in front of him. Now we can put this drama behind us and we could go forward with our 3 quarterbacks. That's what they're going to do. The only way Shedeur Sanders stays on the Cleveland Brown roster is if he go out there and throw 85%, 90% on his passes. I'm talking about go out there and just dominate. Make everybody look like they don't belong. We all know that's not going to happen, The game is rigged against Shedeur Sanders. He's just playing his part, but it's rigged. There's no way he can win. It's like the NFL is continuing to kick him while he's down because it's enough. You drafted the guy in the 5th round. You got him out here, just looking somewhat crazy. But the guy, he's still showing up. He's still working out when he can, smiling, saying all the right things. They don't like that. They want him to be frowning, complaining, so it could look good for their case of why they don't want to accept him. It's just messed up when you really look at it. They giving this guy the same treatment they gave Colin Kaepernick. It was like, you good, but you bring too much negative attention. We losing money. We got too many folks complaining. We don't want you a part of this select few. You know? That's what it was with Kaepernick, and that's what it looked like was going down with Shedeur Sanders. They trying to break his confidence. They trying to end his dream of being a NFL starting quarterback. They trying to end all that, you know? One day, though, he going to eventually get his fair opportunity. It's going to come. It just may not be with the NFL, man. You know? Y'all remember when Kaepernick was trying to get back into the NFL, and every week, that's all you seen. Kaepernick holding workouts, trying to prove that he could still play in the game when everybody knew he could still play. I hope not, but that's how it's looking for Shedeur Sanders, man. Once the Browns cut him, he gonna be holding workouts, you know, trying to prove that he could play in this league. And it's not right, because we all know the guy's talented, and it's not gonna be because he's not good. It's gonna be because the folks who's running things don't like the guy's attitude, and, you know, just don't like the way he act. Another thing, you know, from day one, Shedeur Sanders, he had the deck stacked against him, because the NFL don't really like quarterbacks who are brothers. You know, they just don't like that. When you look at the past quarterbacks that were brothers, like Cordell Stewart, Terrell Pryor, Brad Smith, I can keep going. All these quarterbacks were good in college. When they got to the NFL, they wanted them to change their position to cornerback, a wide receiver, a skill position. Even Lamar Jackson. They say Lamar Jackson will never be a good quarterback. Fast forward, he got a couple MVPs under his belt and looking for his first Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And you know, you see with Shedeur can't play another position. He not athletic fast like them guys were. So if he get cut from the NFL, there's no more position for him, you know? It's his career over. It's just messed up all around the board, man. The guy never got a fair chance. He was intentionally blackballed, man. I'm rooting for the guy, though. I hope he go out in preseason and complete 90% of his passes. But we know that's not going to happen if you never took snaps with the first string, the first offense. Like, come on, man. This is just BS all around the board. All to get back at his pops, Shedeur Sanders, and all to show a brother that we don't care who you is, how much money you got. You gonna do it how we want you to do it, or you ain't gonna be a part of what we got going. That's all it is, man. It's sad, but we still living in this type of world in 2025, if you get my drift. This Sports Savvy TV. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of the Shedeur Sanders situation. Until next time, I see y'all.